Have you ever wondered what your golden years might feel like if you find yourself alone? It's something many of us postpone thinking about until suddenly it's our reality. When family moves away, we lose companions to time, and our once bustling lives grow quieter. The truth is, navigating aging alone can be profoundly challenging, but here's what many don't realize. It doesn't have to lead to unhappiness. In fact, with the right approach and daily practices, you can create a life brimming with meaning and satisfaction, even when journeying solo. Today, we're exploring 6 essential daily practices for those growing older independently. These aren't merely time fillers. They're powerful habits that keep your mind vibrant, your body strong, your emotional health robust, and your days genuinely fulfilling. The difference between crushing loneliness and peaceful solitude often lies in these small daily choices. If you're concerned about facing isolation, regret, or emotional emptiness, stay with me until the conclusion. These 6 practices might transform your entire approach to aging, helping you build a life that's rich, rewarding, and authentically yours. Let's begin this important journey together. Number 1, establish a daily routine. Waking up without direction can leave you feeling adrift and disconnected from life as you age. A well-structured daily routine serves as your anchor in uncertain times. One of the most powerful ways to maintain purpose and direction. This isn't about cramming your day with meaningless activity. It's about giving yourself compelling reasons to rise each morning, creating stability and rhythm that propels life forward. Here's what many don't recognize until it's too late. Without work commitments, family responsibilities, or social obligations, days begin to blend together, making it surprisingly easy to slip into isolation and monotony. But when you thoughtfully structure your time, you reclaim control rather than letting hours simply evaporate. Your routine needn't be rigid or complicated. It simply needs to incorporate elements that nourish your spirit, challenge your mind, and maintain balance in your life. Your morning routine deserves special attention. It establishes the foundation for everything that follows. Rising at a consistent hour, preparing your bed, enjoying a nutritious breakfast, and spending time in natural light can dramatically improve your mental and physical well-being. Consider Robert's experience, a 76-year-old retired engineer whose life unraveled after losing his wife. He found himself sleeping irregularly, missing meals, and losing hours to television. The emptiness felt overwhelming, with days seemingly slipping through his fingers. Everything transformed when he implemented a daily schedule. Early rising, morning walks, home-cooked meals, and scheduled family calls in the afternoon. His days gained structure, his thinking clarified, and he no longer felt suspended in time. A thoughtful routine grounds you, especially when life feels uncertain or solitary. It replaces emptiness with purpose, ensuring each day has momentum, meaning, and forward progress. Even seemingly modest habits, tending plants at specific times, enjoying evening music, or journaling before sleep, bring profound comfort and normalcy. If you sense your days lack direction, start with manageable steps. Outline a morning routine, plan nutritious meals, reserve time for interests and relaxation. The key lies in making deliberate choices about your time rather than passively experiencing life. A well-crafted routine doesn't merely fill hours, it infuses your days with order, purpose, and forward momentum. Number 2, prioritize physical movement. Perhaps the most common mistake in aging is becoming too sedentary. While your body naturally changes over time, consistent physical activity remains the closest thing we have to youth's fountain. This isn't about maintaining appearances. It's about preserving strength, mental clarity, and your precious independence. When movement diminishes, you begin losing muscle mass, flexibility, and vitality, potentially triggering a cascade of health challenges. Here's the encouraging truth. You don't need intense workouts or heavy lifting to stay vibrant. Simple, consistent daily movement works wonders. A neighborhood stroll, gentle morning stretches, or simply standing and moving regularly throughout your day improves circulation, maintains muscle integrity, and preserves joint flexibility. The goal is keeping your body engaged so everyday activities, rising from chairs, navigating stairs, carrying groceries, remain effortless and pain-free. Consider Eleanor's journey. This 78-year-old former librarian became increasingly sedentary after retirement, spending more time seated and less time active. Initially, the changes were imperceptible, but gradually, routine tasks like bending down or walking distances became challenging. She dismissed these changes as just getting older, until joining a local walking group and incorporating gentle morning stretches. The transformation surprised her, increased energy, improved posture, and more restful sleep almost immediately. Remember this: movement isn't an occasional luxury. It's a daily necessity. Even with mobility limitations, numerous options exist. Chair exercises, water activities, or simply practicing standing and sitting several times consecutively helps maintain strength and circulation. The key is making movement as routine as eating or sleeping. The benefits extend beyond physical strength. Exercise provides remarkable brain protection. Research demonstrates physical activity reduces cognitive decline and dementia risk. When you move, you're not only strengthening muscles, but improving brain circulation, reducing stress hormones, and keeping neural pathways engaged. If you've been inactive recently, begin modestly. A brief walk around your home, gentle morning stretches, or light housekeeping that keeps you upright. Consistency transforms everything. The more you move, the easier movement becomes, gradually building strength, health, and daily energy. If you're still watching and finding value in these insights, please comment number 2 below to share your presence. If you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe and activate notifications so you won't miss future videos. Your support makes creating valuable content possible. Now, let's continue our journey. Number 3, stay socially engaged. One of the most profound challenges of aging independently is the gradual diminishing of social connections. Friends relocate, family becomes absorbed in their own lives, and solitude slowly expands. Yet isolation represents one of the greatest threats to both mental and physical well-being. Research reveals something startling. Loneliness can damage health as significantly as smoking or obesity, increasing heart disease, depression, and cognitive decline risks. Here's the empowering news. Loneliness isn't inevitable as you age. Maintaining social engagement is a choice, perhaps the most vital daily habit you can develop. Even brief interactions, a phone conversation, a neighborly chat, or a warm exchange at your local market can significantly impact your emotional health. Human connection isn't optional, it's fundamental, deserving the same priority as nutrition or exercise. Take Frank's story, an 80-year-old widower who found himself increasingly isolated after his wife's passing. Hours stretched endlessly before his television, waiting for calls that rarely came. He convinced himself his children were busy, friends had their own concerns, and he shouldn't burden anyone. As months passed, his disconnection deepened, making even small tasks seem overwhelming. Everything shifted when he decided to reach outward. Weekly calls to an old colleague, joining a community senior group, and entering an online chess club. Within months, he felt more vibrant, engaged, and connected than he had in years. Social engagement doesn't require grand gatherings or elaborate events. It's about meaningful connections that remind you of your place in the world. Whether sending thoughtful messages, meeting friends for coffee, or joining groups sharing your interests, the key is making connection a daily priority. Even without nearby family or friends, today's technology creates unprecedented connection opportunities. Video calls, online communities, and social platforms allow engagement regardless of location. Many seniors discover online groups provide profound belonging, even without physical proximity. Our world offers more connection possibilities than ever before. You simply need to take that crucial first step. Remember this truth: loneliness isn't about physical isolation. It's about feeling disconnected. The most effective response is engaging with the world daily. Each outreach makes the next easier, gradually building a network, bringing conversation, joy, and purpose into your life. Number 4, keep your mind stimulated. A common aging misconception is accepting mental decline alongside physical changes. Many assume cognitive slowdown inevitably accompanies birthdays, but your brain thrives on engagement. Just as muscles weaken without use, your mind loses sharpness without regular challenge. The encouraging reality: you possess the ability to maintain mental vitality, alertness, and curiosity throughout your life. Mental stimulation doesn't require complex puzzles or overwhelming learning. It's about activities challenging your thinking, introducing fresh concepts, and nurturing natural curiosity. Reading engaging material, mastering new skills, enjoying strategy games, writing thoughts, or participating in thoughtful discussions all strengthen mental acuity and memory retention. Consider Janet's experience. A 74-year-old retired educator who found herself passively watching television daily. Noticing her once sharp mind feeling duller, she began forgetting everyday details: where she placed keys, what items she needed at stores. Concerned about losing mental clarity, she implemented a simple change: returned to reading daily, completed morning crosswords, and enrolled in online Spanish lessons. Within weeks, the difference was remarkable. Improved focus, heightened engagement, and fresh conversation topics when socializing. Your brain functions like sophisticated musculature. Increased use builds strength and resilience. Among the most effective approaches? Challenge yourself with novelty. Learning instruments, exploring new hobbies, or simply varying routines forces your brain to establish new neural connections, maintaining flexibility and adaptability. The benefits extend beyond cognition. Engaging your mind prevents boredom and depressive tendencies. When learning, creating, or solving problems, you experience accomplishment. This sense of progress, however modest, provides daily anticipation and purpose. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to share your presence. If you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe and activate notifications to ensure you receive future videos. Your support enables continued creation of meaningful content. Now, let's continue our exploration. Number 5, practice gratitude and reflection. Among the most transformative daily practices for maintaining peace and contentment is cultivating gratitude. As we age, focusing on losses becomes tempting: people, opportunities, youth, and health. But redirecting attention toward what remains can profoundly transform your perspective. Gratitude isn't denying life's challenges, it's consciously recognizing enduring blessings even amid difficulties. The simple act of acknowledging daily gratitudes improves mood, reduces stress hormones, and enhances physical well-being. Research confirms that regular gratitude practice correlates with reduced depression and anxiety, improved sleep quality, and heightened purpose. Best of all, this practice costs nothing, requires minimal time, and yields immediate benefits. Consider George's journey, a 79-year-old retired firefighter who, after losing his beloved wife, found himself dwelling in loneliness, replaying memories, feeling life had lost meaning. Everything shifted when he began keeping a gratitude journal. Each morning, he documented 3 things inspiring thankfulness. Sometimes significant blessings like grandchildren's laughter, sometimes simple pleasures like morning coffee's warmth. Gradually, his perspective transformed. While still missing his wife, he began celebrating what remained rather than mourning what was lost. Reflection complements gratitude perfectly. Taking daily time for quiet contemplation, deep breathing, and thought processing creates centeredness and peace. Whether through prayer, meditation, or simply sitting outdoors appreciating natural beauty, regular reflection clears mental clutter, reduces stress responses, and focuses attention on what truly matters. If gratitude practice is new to you, begin simply. Each morning or evening, identify 3 things bringing smiles that day. Perhaps favorite music, a satisfying meal, or kindness from strangers. The more you train your mind toward positivity, the more naturally you'll discover joy in everyday moments. Life inevitably brings challenges, but happiness depends less on circumstances than on your response to them. Make gratitude and reflection daily constants, and you'll discover that even in solitude, you're never truly alone. Number 6. Find ways to help others. One of the most powerful antidotes to loneliness and meaninglessness is helping fellow travelers on life's journey. This might seem counterintuitive. When feeling isolated or down, your instinct might be self-focus. Yet giving to others often provides the most direct path to purpose and joy in your own life. Helping others needn't involve grand gestures. Something as simple as checking on neighbors, community volunteering, mentoring younger generations, or offering kind words to strangers can profoundly impact both lives. The key is making giving a daily practice, a way to remain connected to the world while affirming your continuing value, wisdom, and capacity for kindness. Consider Margaret's story, an 82-year-old former nurse who felt her sense of purpose vanish after retirement. Her children were established, her social circle had narrowed, and days passed with minimal human contact. Rather than surrendering to isolation, she began volunteering at a local food bank. Initially committing just weekly hours, she soon found herself eagerly anticipating each opportunity. She developed new friendships, felt genuinely needed, and discovered fresh fulfillment in service.